Namaste, Kritis. Namo Himalaya. Welcome to today's live hangout once again. And many of you know that around 12 years ago, so back in August 2011, it was, the younger version of me went out on a journey to explore, to seek, to try and find that meaning of life. At the time, I was going through depression. Um, this was around 12 years ago from now. And that depression got quite severe because every morning I wake up, I would actually think to not be here anymore. Like I didn't want to live anymore. And one day there was in my restaurant business at the time, there was a girl who was playing a musical instrument, performing during Valentine's Day, I remember. And she said, she left very abruptly. And then I said, oh, why are you rushing? Where are you going? And then she said, I'm going to Kenya. And I said, what are you going to Kenya for? She said, look, she showed me a picture of kids. She said, this is from last year. I'm going back to see them. And she said, do you want to come? And at the time, because I was going through depression, I I didn't want to do anything with my life, you know. So I just said no, of course not. I said no, you go, you enjoy. And I remember that day, that night, that evening, I would go out and with my friends at the time, and I would be drinking. And I said to my friends, there is this girl who has asked me to go on a volunteer trip out to Kenya. Ha ha ha. And they said to me, don't go. They said it's very, very dangerous. And I heard the word dangerous and I decided, okay, that might be something for me. Like that's where my mind was at the time. I just felt dangerous. So, okay, this is probably my time, my moment. And so I called Lisa up that evening and I said, Lisa, I said, I'm coming with you. When's the flight? She said, tomorrow morning. I said, okay, I'll book it now. And how do I get the visas? I got it all sorted and I got out there. And it was interesting because my first moment when I was out in Kenya, we went right straight into the mountains in Western Kenya, a place called Bungoma. Actually, it was up in Mount Elgon, so it was close by Bungoma district, county. And we went up to the mountains, Mount Elgon, and for the first time I seen the kids there. There was around 50 odd, I think about 50 orphan children that were brought in by a lady called Betty. And Betty was looking after the kids at the time. And she said she's struggling because she doesn't have any enough money or food or place for them to live, but she can't bear seeing these kids out in the forest, out in the wild and not having a home because they've been just literally left outside. And this happens a lot in those regions. So, and she says, so she took them in, but now she's took them in, she's struggling to look after them. When I seen the kids, it put me into tears straight away. And I tell you what it was not because of the struggles I was seeing in their life. It was actually the other side. I seen them smiling and laughing and enjoying and playing. They were kicking this ragged doll around and they were just like the biggest smiles I've ever seen on my face, on anyone's face. And I remember at the time I burst into tears because it gave me a whole new perspective of what happiness was. Because all through growing up, my dad used to say, make money and you'll be successful, you know. And I had made the money and I was confused. Why am I the person who is not happy? And why is it that they seem to be having the time of their lives, yet at the same time they have no food, no clothes, no education, no nothing? To me, it seemed, but they had happiness. And so it's very interesting because fast forward 12 years now, these kids, a lot of them are very grown up. Those of you who will be joining us out in Kenya in a couple of weeks' time will know they're all growing up. And they've been 12 years with me now. They're my kids, and and I remember back in the time, they used to always, through the whole, like this forever, so grateful, so beautiful these children are. And even till today, like we went a few months ago to see them, and they say, thank you so much because you saved my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be alive today. And I said to them, I remember sitting down with one of the boys this time round, and I sat down with them. I said, maybe you don't know this, but in fact, it was you guys who saved my life. Because at the time I was going through, or we say growing through, a depression and felt suicidal. And had it not been these kids teaching me what happiness was from within, teaching me that different perspective of life, I don't believe that I would be alive today also. And so since 12 years now, 12 years ago was when I first put my money down to do good, right? Not buy materials, not buy a new car, not buy a new house, but take my money for the first time 12 years ago to do good. I built the first orphanage. And then we went on to build the school. Then we went on to build all the other facilities that come with it, all the projects that come with it. And every single year, without fail, I've been taking people out there to see our kids, to see our center, to play their part. And it's just the most amazing experience. Like I believe it's the biggest gift I could give anybody, that chance to go out and witness everything, to be on the ground, to be able to give and contribute beyond themselves, to be able to experience life on the other side. It's a complete different perspective, and take those that love that you have, that compassion you have, and give it out to the people. I always say giving is living. What we put out, we always get back, even though you don't see it sometimes happen like immediately or anything, but it always comes back. Because the universe, this is what my spiritual master, Grandmaster Aksha, always says: no words go unheard and no actions go unseen. The universe is always accounting for all the good karma, and equally all the negative karma that you put out every day. So it's very important that we stay focused. What is our intent? Where are we coming from? That love, that compassion, that kindness. And this is the best practice for it, to be out on the ground. Get your hands and your feet dirty. You're out on the ground, with nothing, no judgment, no nothing, but just pure love. And that expression of it, to allow it to channel through you and witness that. And how you, every single one of you who are watching this video right now, can actually be a difference in this world. Because you are all positive beams of light. That's how you arrived. And I believe it's time to shine that light. And that's why I know now is a little bit last minute, because we're already flying in a week out to Kenya, but we have 3 allocations left. And I just felt called to come up here today on YouTube to our soul family around the world to give this sign. So I'm just saying, if you feel that pull and you feel that calling and you feel that desire to want to give and do good in this world, and you're up for a challenge, to come out with me. in a week's time, out to Kenya. We're going to arrive in Nairobi. Then from Nairobi, we're going to take a long trip out to Western Kenya, towards the Bungoma district. And then we're going to go up into the mountains, and you're going to see where I was from 12 years ago. And we're going to do this together. And we have a new initiative where we are building the new classrooms this time around for the kids. So it's going to be very exciting. We get to paint the walls, and we get to spend time with the kids and eat what they eat, live how they live, and experience it fully. You will obviously benefit a lot from your spiritual growth, but at the same time, it's time that you can give a lot too, not just to receiving what you will receive there. So it's a beautiful, beautiful exchange of energies. And this is happening, as I said, next week already. So I know a lot of people will make a lot of excuses. Oh, it's too short notice and everything, but that's totally fine. I believe the right 3 people who are to take these spaces will take these spaces. And that's why it's the first link inside the description, as always. So those of you who feel called upon this, click that first link. When you arrive on the Iamverse by giving page, giving by Iamverse page, there will be one that you can make donations. So those of you who cannot make it, I always say there's no such thing as a small donation, whether that's $5, $10, whatever. It doesn't matter, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever works for you, right? That's only you know what works for you. So if you want to donate there, that's the page to donate. And we appreciate all donations because everything goes directly towards the work we do with the kids out there. Or alternatively, if you do want to take up one of the opportunities, one of the final 3 spaces, then it's when you click the link, the second button, you'll be able to see you can apply for the volunteer trip. And Miss Kaina will be the one who will be reaching out to you guys. Those of you who are very, very serious about it and you want to secure one of the 3 spaces now, you can leave a $500 contribution, and it will secure that space for now. And then you'll have the conversation with Miss Kaina. And if all goes right, then everything fits for your schedule and everything you can manage, then you will come with us on the trip in a week's time. And if it, for whatever reason, doesn't, dates don't align, information, it doesn't match, whatever, doesn't matter. We will just refund that $500 back to you. So it's absolutely no loss at all. You just do it just to show you're serious about it, secure that space, and we'll see who those 3 people are. But I look forward to seeing and meeting you guys in person, and it'll be nice to join our energies and do good together. We're going to be out there for 10 days from the 18th to the 28th. So that's my words for today and the opportunity I wanted to give out there today. And if you see this as a sign, then apply. First link. I have nothing else to say. I just want to say a big thank you. Tim Wang says, where is Kenya? Kenya. No, not Asia, Africa. Okay. Hector says, then I started to cry because I felt so good giving. Beautiful, wonderful. I don't have anything going on. I just got out of school. That's perfect then. Maybe it's you. Starlighted says, I donated $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Really. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Christiana, thank you. Thank you so much. The other day, the only money I had was $100 bill, was all I had to my name. And I saw the kids having fundraisers, basketball team. So I told to give them the money and told them God love. That's beautiful, Hector. That is very, very beautiful. Amazing, amazing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. I will continue to be posting and making content while I'm out in Kenya, but I'll be with the kids. So I'll try to take you as much on the experience as possible. And I donated yesterday. Although I cannot come this time, I'll pray and send love to the children. Thank you so much, Christiana. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you. Namo Himalaya. Namaste. Thank you.